When Stray was announced, there were two different reactions to the game. One was, a cat game? Neat. And then there were others who thought,
now would you like me to be the cat?
Full disclosure, I am a cat lover and this is a game for cat lovers. I can't review this game from a point of view of someone who doesn't love cats because I'm not one of those people who are dead inside. And quite honestly, my mind just ran wild with all the cat possibilities that lay before me. Stray is an exploration-based platform puzzler which puts you in the fur of, surprisingly, a cat. It aims to tie in the feel, movements and mindset of a cat while trying to keep you engaged via its score and writing. Does it succeed? Well, it can't be as bad as the last attempt at bringing cats to our TV screens.
Right, well that's not going to work, is it? Okay? Look at you and look at me and you know that I'm sensitive about my size. Okay? And yet you embarrass me, That's what I say to you. Okay? Now listen, you'll never get me up there on your own. So let's gather up a few more of the cats and we'll try again, shall we?
Well, let's find out by getting lost in the world of cats. Stray has a wonderful aesthetic. It feels dark, dingy and lonely. It's just what you would expect from the underground shantytown the inhabitants find themselves in, perfectly painting a dystopian society locked away from the rest of civilization. The art style and brilliant ambient, almost techno-like score fit together perfectly. The music in Stray is really memorable. It's one of those scores you might hear, let's say a couple of years down the line, just randomly, and you'll kind of have a little flicker in your brain. You'll think, yeah, that's from a game I played. You just can't remember quite which game, but that's the type of soundtrack it is. The art direction is fantastic, contrasting the dim, downtrodden city with flashing neon lights. I won't spoil it for you, but there is a moment really late on in the game that really hammers home how well the developers have done in their attempts to plunge you into the desolate dark world when you react a certain way to a certain moment. And I think your visceral or emotional reaction to a specific trigger will always tell you a lot more about how well the developers have executed a certain vision in the game, and Stray really does execute on that front. Stray all in all crafts a captivating world that dazzles with neon lights, rundown alleys and lively tenants, all to the background of an undulating and brilliant soundtrack. Stray begins with a lovely little sequence where you and your cat gang roam the mean streets of wherever the hell you are, allowing you to just be a cat in the wild, but a misstep leaves you plummeting deep underground into a long forgotten city. This city is inhabited by robots, and these robot creations continue about their daily lives, trying to be as human as robotically possible. As you mingle with each of them and learn their stories, you soon discover there may be a way back to the surface if you can reunite a handful of robot friends and help them complete their own journey. Early on you meet a drone companion called B12 who has his own moving story to tell. Together you aim to find out why this city exists and escape to the human civilization above. The writing in Stray is nothing short of excellent. Though it never delves deep into the many topics it touches upon, it says enough to make you crack a wry smile or shake your head at humanity's self-destruct button. touching on topics such as class divides, pollution, landfills of trash, and the need for human connection. Stray's writing is what keeps its very simple gameplay loops so very engaging. You do want to learn more from everyone you see. You want to have a little trot down an alleyway to see what stories you discover. That's the biggest compliment you can pay Stray. You want to hear what every single inhabitant of this world has to say, and you want to listen to their story. In what should be a game about being a cat doing silly cat things, ends up being quite a profound take on what it takes to be human and what it even means to be alive. Okay. It looks like it's just a gauntlet. Straight up gauntlet. Oh! Suckers! How you feeling now? Oh, boom, bitches! Let's go! That's only that funny because it's a cat involved. Initially, the game is very straightforward as it eases you into the basics of your cat's abilities as well as how you use them to evade enemies, particularly in some chase sequences at the early and middle segments of the game. This game basically comes down though to jump, sprint, and a meow, and the meow is mostly for your own enjoyment. No, don't meow at me. You lied. This is a horror game. This isn't no cute. No, meowing's not gonna fix it, mate. Yeah, you told me that this was a game about a stray cat trying to find his way in the world. Instead, we've got zombies, fucking zombies, and killer head mutant crabs. Don't pull that head shake cute shit. Shut up. Fucking cat, mate. Just a god. The fuck is this? Yet the majority of the game experience unfolds in larger towns and large housing complexes. You have to solve some puzzles and use information heard from various conversations. Mimicking real cat-like behaviour, you can often just walk by someone and hear a clue to a puzzle. The way the game uses cute cues on cat habits is brilliant and it always triggers a reaction of some sort. You'll search the level for specific items, sometimes helping robots by getting them to places where they can't get to, or just by getting them items which they can't get. There are optional quests that also encourage exploring the map. Due to the aforementioned brilliant writing, they are always worth the small time investment. Ultimately, the game is simplistic in its nature, but due to its short runtime, approximately 6 to 10 hours depending on exploration, the core loop doesn't outstay its welcome. The mileage you get out of the gameplay will depend honestly on your love of cat things. There we go. Feel much more cool. Ooh, what's this? LOL. Well, I know what I'm doing for the next 2 hours. Ha! The real end game has been achieved. Do you laugh at a cat pawing a cassette player onto someone's head, or do you just think it's part of a puzzle to get to the next stage of the game? The puzzles, like the majority of the gameplay, are simplistic in nature. Oh. Okay, so we got digicode there. Behind one of these, there will be a code. I guarantee it. Oh, what is? Time will tell. Oh, the time will tell, guys. 2, 5. There's nothing wrong with having a simple gameplay loop, but the strength of Stray comes from the package as a whole rather than its individual parts. A game that's simple shouldn't hold your attention the way Stray does, and that's a huge credit to the developers. All in all, it's a lovely mix, a game about the longing for freedom, engaging climbing mechanics, and every human's desire to be a cat for just a few hours. It doesn't do anything on the pure gameplay front to blow you away, but it really does move you in other ways that a game that involves just walking around as a cat shouldn't. The real star of the show doesn't end up being the cat though, it ends up being the world and the citizens Blue 12 Studios have handcrafted with so much love. I've seen worlds fully voice acted and animated with 10 times the budget of Stray have 5% of the life life flowing in their veins. Stray is priced at £20, as it should be for a game that's so short in length. At that price point, it's hard to knock its shortened length or basic gameplay loop. It nails the feeling of being a cat, but more importantly, it nails what it means to be a human being. I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 for Stray. It's a tough one to actually score, because can you really give a game a high score that only lasts about 5 hours? But then again, it's only £20, so it's a difficult one, and it's a score I kind of juggled with in my mind for a while. But I think strong 7 to light 8 is a fair score for Stray. If you've got a spare 20 quid, I think on PlayStation Plus it's down to 15 quid. It's well worth it. It's a great game. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, you know, the usual stuff that people ask for. That would be great. It would help me out a ton. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Take care, and we will see you soon for a review of Roller Dome.